Hajimemashite, Bokawa JD desu. Hey everyone out there in YouTube land. This is a special edition of my JD Rambles, or Servano Rambles now, I guess. I won't change the playlist name, it'll still be JD Rambles. It's just on my channel. I've recently changed the channel name back to Servano, actually just to plain Servano. I've been trying to get a hold of, there's a guy out there that has a channel name that is straight up Servano, but he's posted one or two videos, and it seems to no longer be active, so I'm screwed there. Anyway, so the actual channel name is Servano, but the link to it is Servano Style still. But for and however, whatever. Today's special one is, because this is a dual purpose video, Ask Adam the Woo is going to be right here in the beginning, so I'm going to go ahead and get that question out of the way so Adam can edit it or quickly watch it and get it going. My question is, will you come to Arkansas? Question mark. Now it's a compound question, so you can stop it right there, because the actual full question is, will you come to Arkansas and, what's two-part, and help me or collab with me to launch my daily vlog video, daily blog video conference playlist thing. I have no clue what to call it. I am very much considering launching daily videos. I mean, I like the idea. I have content planned out, and I have an active life. So yeah, I've got the ability, I've got the willingness, and if you come to Arkansas and help, I might get some viewers. I don't know. So that's the end of the question part. Thanks for if you came, Adam, thank you. If you show it, double thank you. And if you come and help and all that, oh my God, I don't even know. I'll buy you a coffee. We'll get a donut or a waffle, or I don't know. We'll do something. We'll go to the submarine. We have a submarine in our Maritime Museum downtown Little Rock, North Little Rock actually, and yeah, I'll show you around the good stuff. I'll just need a little bit advance notice, that way I can get time off work, the 9 to 5. All right, that is the end of the Ask Adam the Woo portion of the video. This next part is, well, kind of related. So you got the announcement right there in the Ask Adam the Woo portion. I am heavily considering launching a daily vlog. I don't know, my 245, 47, it's between 45 and 47 subscribers. I don't know. Let me know, guys. Yes, no, maybe. Either way, y'all know I'll do what I need to do, what I want to do. And today's topic of the Rambles Rants video, outside of Asking Adam, is going to be, it's buying fuel. Because I'm going up, I'm going out. I'm not doing anything special today or tonight. The day's over. It's Friday. This will be posted later, probably Sunday. And I'm going up to the store, and I looked down at the gas gauge, and I was like, there's a topic that I've kind of touched on before, but I'm interested to, elaborate or open up on the subject of buying fuel. Because I see, I browse YouTubes, I browse other social medias, and I watch videos. I mean, that's part of the reason why I like making videos. So, in those videos, people talk about buying fuel, the headaches of it. Some people talk about, gas stations rip you off, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, one thing that I've always done, well, not always, because I was a teenager and had very low funds, but once I came to have a full-time job, I always filled up my tank. The rare, very, very rare occasion I do not know how much fuel I need. Well, that's not rare. I often don't know how much fuel I need. But I do not know, like, I know I'm going to get gas, but I'm also going to buy, you know, sodas and maybe a frozen pizza or something. So I go in like here it's called Harps. I don't go do it at Kroger, but Kroger's the same way. Some Walmart locations have the same feature to where they have a gas station, a fuel station outside, and you can buy fuel inside too at the cash register. So I'll go in and grab like some snacks or whatever and a 12-pack of soda, maybe sometimes a 6-pack of beer. You know, I'm gonna go home and enjoy a couple of beers that evening. So I'll put 10, 15, 20 bucks, and I always undershoot it. You know, I get less. That's the time when I do that. That's when I do not fill it up all the way, because I don't want to have to come back in to get, you know, the difference. You know, if I try to put $25 in and it only takes $22, then I have to go back in to get $3. So I mean, that's a convenience thing for me. But typically, when the sole purpose of my trip is to fill up, you know, to get fuel, I fill up the tank. And this has never happened to me. I hear this horror story from friends, even not just on the social medias out there in the world. I hear horror stories that you go to the gas station and you get to the gas pump and you put your card in and then you fill up your tank, or you get $5 worth of fuel sometimes, and then you go, you know, wherever you're going next to see a movie, to go out to eat, or pick up you know, a gallon of milk at the grocery store. And then, like, you can't buy it because you only had, you know, maybe $80 on that card in that account, and you know, it says you're over limit. You check an ATM and it says that, you know, $75, or you call your bank and it says $75 is being held by whatever gas station. I don't remember the name of the gas station that did this. And it's not just one gas station, it's several. It's a chain. I guess it depends on the POS, or the point of sale service provider. POS stands for point of sale. I guess it depends on that POS system. There's another word for POS, or another, like POS is an acronym for another set of words that I'm not going to use. Y'all probably know it. Anyway, that's never happened to me. Not that I recall. If it has, I didn't notice, but I've never noticed it. And my point of advice for that would be avoid that gas station or that chain. You know, because they say, you know, they can't refund it. The closest thing of that happened to me once is that I used a check at a gas station. I filled up 2 automobiles and then bought a few supplies, you know, for the weekend. I don't remember what. Snacks, probably some beer. And it was like $75. So, well, it was in the range. It was $79. I don't know. It was in that range. It was in the $75 range. And then, like, Monday, like, I tried to make another purchase somewhere with my card, and it said, you know, you're overdrawn on that account. And it's like, whoa. So I went to the bank and was like, listen, how did I overdraw? Like, I had $150, and I know the last time I bought anything, it was only, you know, $75, $80. And they're like, well, we'll pull it up. And they're like, oh no, well, that same transaction happened twice. You know, that $80 transaction, $75, $80. And I was like, no, that did not happen twice. Well, it might not have been a check. It might have been, no, it was a card transaction. It was a card transaction. I paid inside. And I was like, whoa, all right, well, I want to contest that. And I was actually at the bank. I didn't call in. I wasn't talking to Visa. I was talking to the bank, you know, to an employee at the bank. And I was there in person, and they're like, well, you can do that, just call Visa. But before you do that, you know, go by that gas station and talk to them about it. So I went by there and I was like, hey, I was out here Friday. You know, I don't know if you remember me or not, but me and my girlfriend came in and we both filled up our vehicles and blah, 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 blah. I told him the story. And he's like, yeah, if you filled up both vehicles, you know, that's what it was. And I was like, no, we did it all in one transaction. Like this, like, you know, I don't remember what fuel costs, but I know we both did not have a vehicle that would hold $75 worth of fuel if it was absolutely empty. You know, it's like, I don't know, $25 maybe each, like if it was absolutely empty when we filled up. And, you know, me and the owner went back and forth for a minute because, you know, they think I'm trying to screw them over. And my point of view, I know they're screwing me over. Like something happened. I don't know if it was intentional, but it wasn't a hold, is the point. In the end, you know, I told the owners, like, listen, I'll call Visa, and they'll charge this back, and then Visa will charge you whatever they're, like $20, $30, the chargeback fee through your POS provider. And, you know, I'm familiar with how that, you know, those systems work. So you'll get a chargeback fee also on top of this. You know, so I mean, you can work with me because I know I did not make two separate purchases for the exact same dollar amount, you know, of almost $80. And, you know, went over it logically with him. It's like, you know, this is how, I don't know how it occurred on your end, but I do know that I only made the one purchase. And this is what we got, and this is how we did it. Because he wasn't there, maybe. I don't remember who checked us out, but, you know, I remember talking specifically to the owner the Monday. And then he's like, okay, we can do that. But, you know, you won't see the money today. And now I'm at McDonald's. So I'm going to jump off here. But, yeah, that's it there. Avoid it. Well, I'll have to edit this part out because I'm going to go ahead and order.
Thank you for choosing McDonald's. Order whenever you're ready.
All right. I want to get 3 large French fries and what is it? Let me get 2 cheeseburgers and 4 double cheeseburgers.
Okay, 4 double cheeseburgers, 2 cheeseburgers, and 3 large fries.
That's it.
Okay, your total is going to be $18.02. It's great for send-up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, half back. So yeah, outside of that, I've never experienced the hold, the $75 hold, or however much it is that people have talked about. And we're at the first window already. So hold on. Thank you. That is the longest it's ever taken for them to process the order. They might have a problem because my new card has a chip in it. Anyway, hold on. That's me. Thank you. All right, that's over. All right, we're gonna pick the video back up. So yeah, the closest experience that I had to the $75 like hold fee or whatever, and I assume this is for like debit English, do I speak it? Debit card holders that gotta make sure they're turning. You know, that went in and tried to buy gas, and I know like Exxon is the one I can mention because I know Exxon when I've bought fuel there. And I checked, you know, after I heard about that story, I checked my card balance online, and it showed $1 hold. There's a few other gas stations that I've checked that with, and it's the same thing. It shows like $1 hold. Now, if gas stations in a bad area, a bad neighborhood, often, you know, because people figure that crap out, right? You know, it's like, well, I can get over on the gas station because people, I don't know if it's human nature or what, but they always seem to want to screw over a company. And in the end, all it ends up doing is screwing over other people, not the company. So where that happens, I assume, is often someone goes in with, you know, a debit card and they only have $1 or, you know, $10, you know, something like that on the account. And then they get 30, 40, 50 bucks worth of fuel. And then that transaction, you know, they only get, you know, they don't have, the account doesn't have $50. It only had the 1, 2, 3, 5, $10, whatever. And, you know, overdraft on that, it would be the same, unless that bank does not allow overdraft. And then that POS provider has the right for the customer to resubmit the charge, something like, I think it's every 7 days or every 14 days, something like that. I'm not sure exactly how the wording works with it, or the law or the regulations work, whatever it is that regulates it. And I don't know if the extra fees are involved. So either the gas station chooses, or the POS service provider chooses, or the processing bank, because there's multiple stages involved when you use a credit card. I'll break that down slightly, but someone in that chain chooses to make it authorized for $50 or $75 or whatever it is. Again, I've never seen that part in person. I've only read about it online or heard about it from friends. And like, I've had the opposite happen to me. At work, there are places that I stop to get fuel for my work vehicle. And it's a corporate card that we use. It's like a fleet services card. that we use, and it's a credit card only for fuel, and it will stop the transactions at, sometimes some places do it at $50. I had a place do it at $40, and I've seen other places that stop it at $75. And when gas was like $4 a gallon or whatever, when it was, you know, above $3.50 a gallon, that was a headache, because like there was a point when $75 would be half a tank for my work vehicle. Anyway, and so I've seen it where it stops, like you prepay at the pump with the card and whatever, then it stops it at $50. It's like, oh my God, that is a headache. You know, I'm not going to restart it. I just avoid those service stations. So that's the same advice I have, is if you notice that gas station doing that, you know, yes, you have the option of just, you know, drawing out cash and then paying that, or going in and buying a specific amount of fuel. But if you're like me and want to fill up and don't want to run into that issue, then avoid those service stations. It happened there, don't do it there. I'd say go to Exxon, because I know I've tested it. I can't say, because they're all, you know, across the world, they're different owners, they have different POS providers, blah, 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 blah. All right, now I'm going to delve into the POS, the way it works. Just because not everyone knows this, I'm a communications tech, and I assist businesses with my portion in the chain for POS providers. So we'll break it down from the point of view of an owner of a business. It doesn't matter what that business is. You have a business. We're going to say you sell cupcakes exclusively, strawberry cupcakes for whatever reason. It doesn't matter. This is just so you can think about it from your perspective. Everyone knows what a cupcake is. Everyone knows what strawberries are. So you specialize in strawberry cupcakes. Now, you have all your other stuff is in order. Your permits, your, you know, to be open, you know, you have a place to sell it from, and you know, you're legally operating. All that's out of the way. This is only about how you get money from customers. There is, and you're brick and mortar. That means you have a physical location. Now, you also have a website, because, you know, yay, it's 2017, you're up with the times. Now, you do not want to sell your cupcakes to people in Alaska if you live in Texas, because, you know, that's probably a week in the mail. And UPS and FedEx would charge you probably more than you're gonna charge for the cupcake, so customers, I don't know, maybe they would buy it to get it in 3 or 4 days. But we're gonna say you choose not to do that because, well, you want to provide quality cupcakes. So they have to be, you know, within like 100 miles or so, or in the same state as you. That way you can get it there the same day, if not the next day. And I'm breaking this down just so you can understand all of the layers of the point of sale system. All right, now the not primary, but you know, the first one, it's not primary because these days using a credit or debit card is actually more common. But the first sale option you have is cash. Joe and Jane Smith come in to buy a strawberry cupcake, and they're going to give you cash. They're going to give you some form of cash. That does not go through your POS provider. That is yours. Whatever, you know, all of it, 100% of it. So you like cash sales better. The reason why, and this is why some places have a minimum purchase amount, $2, $3, $4, $5. I haven't seen it higher than $5. But you have, if you're going to use a credit card, or debit card, you have to spend at least $5 or $3. It depends on the store and whatever. The reason for that is because when you use a card at the store, you get a fee per transaction. Some service providers charge you a fee per transaction based on the amount of the sale. So like anything under $5, let's say, or $3. Some places, that's why it varies at each service station. Some places, if it's under $3, it's a slightly higher transaction amount. I don't know how slight. I do not know the numbers. Or if it's under 5, 10. It depends on who you use. Some places, some service stations just absorb that extra cost instead of inconveniencing their customers. Other places will pick a service provider that does not charge based on the amount, unless it's over. Like if it's over $100 or over $50, they charge you slightly more. Anyway, there are several options. Service providers, you get different options. It's just like a bank, or it's just like getting a credit card. You have different options for interest rates and how often you have to pay, and if you get cash back, and blah 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 blah. There's different options. Now the third, that was the second one, using a credit card in the store. John and Joe Smith come in to the store and they use a credit card or a debit card. Some POS providers actually offer a discount per transaction if it's a debit card and it's ran on a debit transaction, meaning that you enter your PIN number. So it's cheaper for the business if you use a debit card. So they prefer cash. Below that, they prefer debit. And then after that, it's credit in the store. And then the third or fourth, depending on how you look at it from that list, is credit card transactions on the website or online. Those run at a higher rate. They charge more. Depending on which service provider you use. A good way to look at this is to go to merchant account services on PayPal. Even if you don't have a merchant account, you can look at it and see how much it would cost, A, to have a business account, and B, per transaction, per dollar amount, because PayPal breaks it down into categories. If someone with a Japanese credit card buys from you, then it's going to be a different fee because they also have to convert that yen into dollars for you. Anyway. So yeah, they charge slightly more for that because it's more anonymous. PayPal might be cheaper than like Visa or American Express or whatever. I'm not sure. Again, I can only speak with the limited experience I have on PayPal for that part. Now, the next part is they receive their money. Now, of course, with cash, they just get the cash. But with the other options, they receive it on some sort of schedule. Meaning stuff they sell on Monday with credit and debit cards, they don't see the cash from that until, whatever time later. Again, that is dependent on the individual service providers. So yeah, that's the basic part of that. Now, they're going to have a service provider. Now, they're going to have a vendor, a company or person that is the representative that comes to your store. Now, they're not always the same company. And what that person or company does for you that comes to your store is they install the actual thing you swipe your card in. That is typically a separate fee. Like you don't pay them every time you have a transaction. You pay that company or person to come there to fix it. if it's not working, or to put a new one in if you have you add a second cash register or a second place you can pay. You want to move it, add a new one, or upgrade. That's who comes in and does it for you. They work with your service provider to do it the way they want it done, but they're separate. They're usually, it's like a contractor position. Now, here's the thing. For that machine to talk to your service provider, you need either telephone or internet. Internet is faster, of course, because it doesn't dial up like a fax machine. Like if you've been here this long, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Thank you. Bye now.